From the moment a human is born, a jinn known as Qareen comes into existence. This unseen being is bound to us from birth, mirroring our face and form in an invisible realm. It exists alongside us throughout our life, subtly influencing our thoughts and decisions. Yet it is our free will that ultimately shapes the path we choose. The Qareen can only influence you, bring bad thoughts and waswas in your mind, but it can never force you to do anything. So remember, it is you who is in power. And when you stay firm on faith, you stay powerful. When your faith is weakened, the influence of the Qareen increases. When you let your guard down, you give more power to the Qareen. On the day of judgment, the Qareen will also speak against the person, and it will tell the Almighty that it didn't force its human counterpart to do anything, but that the human was strayed from the right path, which made it easier for it to influence their actions. Even the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, had a Qareen, but through the Almighty's mercy, his Qareen was guided to righteousness. For others, the Qareen may whisper temptations, nudging us toward error and sins, though it cannot force our actions. Sometimes you can easily realize the whispers of your Qareen. Imagine you are up all night working, and suddenly around Fajr time you start to get lazy and sleepy. You start to think things like, "It's almost morning. I should sleep. I am already so tired. I don't have the power to pray." In some cases, it is your Qareen trying to influence you to sleep so that you miss your morning prayers. It is important to understand this. If you sleep, you give more power to the Qareen. However, if you pray, the Qareen will become weaker. One thing to keep in mind is to never say that it was the Qareen or Shaitan who made you miss your prayers or commit other sins, even when you know it's the Qareen's influence that led you to do it, because saying such things gives more power to it. Instead, say Bismillah and Istighfar. It is said that the Qareen feeds off of music, especially dark heavy metal music, pornography, and other sins. So think of sins as food for the Qareen. The bigger your sin, the healthier and more powerful the Qareen becomes, which means it has more power to influence you. However, once you start to work on getting rid of your bad habits, you stop feeding the Qareen, and the Qareen will slowly start to become weak. The Qareen's deep knowledge of many of our thoughts, desires, and secrets makes it a target for those practicing dark arts. In black magic, sorcerers may summon a Qareen to uncover a person's hidden truths, exploiting its bond to harm or control you. This is how sorcerers and soothsayers are able to tell you things that only you may know. In some cases, the people practicing dark arts actually ask their own Qareen to interact with the victim's Qareen and get information from there. However, they can only tell things about the past and not predict the future. Similarly, things like Ouija boards, which are often used in rituals to allegedly contact spirits of dead people. These rituals may actually summon the Qareen, as the spirits cannot contact the living. When a person dies, the Qareen in most cases lives on. With its ability to mimic our voice and know our innermost thoughts, it can deceive, creating the illusion of otherworldly communication. This highlights the need to seek the Almighty's protection from such malevolent influences, safeguarding our hearts and minds. In some narrations, it is also mentioned that one of the companions of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, encountered his Qareen. The jinn looked identical to the Sahabi, but was weak and frail. When questioned, the Qareen revealed that the Sahabi's strong faith had diminished its power. The Qareen is as strong as we let it be. It can create doubts in our minds, but we hold the power to resist. By seeking the Almighty's guidance and strengthening our faith, we can ensure the Qareen remains a silent observer rather than a harmful force. You do not have to be afraid of your Qareen. If your iman is strong, the Qareen will be weak. And remember that it has no power over you. The only thing it can do is influence your thoughts. It is up to you how you react to those thoughts. People feel scared of things like jinns and Qareens. Knowing that you have unseen jinn with you at all times might be scary or unsettling for some. But remember, the Almighty and His protection is also with you. There are also angels around you who protect you. The Almighty knows more about you than the Qareen. The Almighty knows more about you than yourself. So we shouldn't be scared of the Qareen. What we should actually be scared of is disobeying the Almighty. We should be scared of hellfire. When we give up bad habits and become faithful and righteous in life, we not only weaken the Qareen, but we also save ourselves from hellfire.